So Never Again, and then your second album was Made in America.
Made in America. That's when I had already split from Cube at that point.
So let's back up there. So the first album, Never Again, tremendous, some great songs on there.
Right.
It gets, people are loving it. I remember, a Peace Treaty was out. Still Got Love for Him was out. Yeah. And so the success is coming. What triggers from there?
Man, that's, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but because it's not a theory, but once that started making that kind of noise and the stuff that I was specifically talking about and the affiliation that I was obviously with, which was the Nation of Islam, that inspired and sparked a move or a movement to kind of silence me and separate me or kind of like infiltrate the bond that I had with Cube, with Ice Cube, and just the influence that I had, period, at that time. So without going into no details, COINTELPRO is real in this day and time. So the same thing that J. Edgar Hoover was doing with Malcolm X against Elijah Muhammad and Martin Luther King against his wife, and this and that, those tactics is real, so the unity that was being displayed at that time and the demonstration that we was on at that time scared a lot of people. It scared a lot of powerful people, white American people. You know what I'm saying? So they control the money, they control the fame and the media outlets and all that. So they went to work using their outlets to disrupt or cause destabilizations of personal relationships. So that's what I go into detail. That's what happened between me and Cube. It was infiltrators within the Nation of Islam, my organization, and of course in the music industry and other places like that's in his ear about this and So
what was the incident, or what was the specific thing that kind of drove the wedge between you and Cube?
It wasn't one incident. It wasn't really one incident. It was a combination. It was a buildup of certain things, and he wasn't. It wasn't even like I said. It was just a combination. It was just misunderstanding, miscommunications, as well as infiltrations and shit like that. He didn't sign up for what I signed up for, and I didn't sign up for what he signed. I respected what he was about and what he was doing, because he's a music guy, at this point. So his priority was music and taking over the industry and becoming financially independent and strong and had a leverage. That wasn't my place. My place was more like Muhammad Ali. Like I'm willing to blow up my career. You know what I'm saying? I got this platform. I'm gonna speak and I'm gonna ride for the people. I'm gonna be the people's champ, and I can go broke. I can die in the process. That wasn't necessarily his program, but we was working it out together. Like we take the best of his program and the best of my program was making it. But the enemy can see that and drive a wedge between that and kind of like exacerbate, fan the flames or something that we. So that's kind of like how that went. I love the brother. I love the dude. Like, Q. I'm a mature guy. We got disagreements for sure. We got but overall, I learned a whole lot from him. It's like he learned a whole lot from me. He's not my enemy. Yeah. Even though I shoot shots at him, and I shoot shots at Snoop, I shoot shots at Too Short, I shoot shots at Sugar Free, I shoot shots, but that's out of love because like we know, you know who the enemy, you corrupting us, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what you doing.
Yeah.
But they know I love him, you know what I'm saying? And what they doing ain't nothing compared to what the real enemy is doing. Yeah. But I just got to keep shooting that shot. I got to keep putting that pressure. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm gone. But I'm not their judge or condemning them. I love them dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Have you talked to Cube lately?
I talked to him when I was making my Mutual Respect, my last album, Black and Brown Unity album called Mutual Respect. Yeah. He was supposed to be on that. He didn't get on it for the reason that he said like he wasn't feeling the tracks because I was sending him certain tracks and he wasn't feeling them, and then I was under a certain time constraint, like I was trying to hurry up and meet this deadline, so he wasn't feeling the track, but I'm not gonna wait for you to feel the track, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whatever, you know. And at the same time, I even mentioned this on another interview show, out of nowhere, I got a $853,000 judgment from some sample shit, you know, that was care of KAM through street knowledge, through his thing. So I told him, like, man, you know, the devil is busy, man, you know. Obviously, we being monitored because as we talk, I ain't talked to you, but now I get in the mail, I get almost $1 million judgment against me, care of street knowledge, care of your label. They saying I owe almost $1 million because of some samples, you know, that didn't get cleared, and I'm not a producer. So, and he was like, yeah, man, and, you know, well, he didn't respond to that. Because I'm sure his lawyers were saying don't even acknowledge that, because if you acknowledge it, then, you know, he could say that you was aware. So I never heard nothing from him after that, and I never even pursued it or nothing like that. But that's still some business that we got to talk about.
Wow, so is that still hanging out there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
They've been garnishing all my ass caps and my publishing and all of that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm not a producer, so how did I get stuck with an $853,000 judgment for a sample when I'm not a producer?
Wow. And he's got the means to take care of that. You know, I wonder sometimes about, and I guess, you know, I'm not there, but these dudes that make, you know, millions and millions and millions of dollars. I mean, let's face it, like, and be honest, like, I bet you Cube's got more money than he could even go through in his lifetime. So, you know, to make things right, or to, you know, guys that helped him, because look, like, you know, like in my opinion, you guys kind of was like validating him after the NWA stuff, and it's a shame that, you know, here's a guy who, you know, he's got his own 3-on-3 basket. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
The big three. Yeah, the big three, multiple endorsements, movie deals, actor. Not reach out to you, you know, because of an $853,000.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm sure you know, you would respect it more. He would call you like, hey, I don't know, you know, let me get my lawyers to represent you so you don't have to pay $500 an hour.
Right.
Those types of things.
Yeah, I think it's a lawyer issue though.
Oh, okay.
I think that's where the real enemies is at, because, you know, at that level, you know, your lawyers are the one that stuck me with that deal. They the one stuck me with the check in the first place. Like, you know, waiter, check plate, like, you know, everybody ate and they stuck me with the bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a lawyer move out the rip. That wasn't a Cube move necessarily. Mm-hmm. Cube ain't no lawyer, you know what I'm saying? He just got some shark lawyers that been working for him, so we'll stick to that nigga. The nigga's gonna pay for it. The moolie's gonna pay for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wow. So I wouldn't blame that on Cube, but once I make him aware of it, then I'm gonna wait and see how you respond. Yeah. And based on how you respond or you don't respond, then I'm gonna deal with you according to that. So that's all. That's that. But I don't blame him for that. But, you know, you was aware of it. But his lawyers, because if you a couple of 100 million strong, your lawyers is gonna tell you don't respond. Yeah. That's like The Godfather. Okay, Kay, if I accept this letter from you, that's gonna indicate, you know, that suggests that I know your whereabouts. So they saying don't even respond, and I understand that part of the game. You worth that much. I understand that. So okay, well, that's that world. I'm from a different world. I'm from a street world and a spiritual world and the forces of universal forces of nature world. So I can wait if you can wait. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it turns out in the end.